Good day, everyone. Our topic for this video is going to be all about the IST standards for education leaders. So, the education leaders section of the IST standards support the implementation of both the students, educator, and coaches sections of IST standards by targeting the knowledge and behaviors required for leaders to empower teachers and coaches and boost student learning, of course. This section is focused on equity, digital citizenship, visioneering, team and systems building, continuous improvement, and professional growth. So, yeah, in this topic, we have five standards that we are going to tackle for this video. So, for the first standard, we have digital citizenship advocate. Of course, leaders ensure all students engage in the active use of technology for learning and build their digital citizenship skills. What do we mean by digital citizenship? Of course, it simply means um, uh, being responsible user of technology and we interact with the digital environment. So we are not just simply users of the technology. We should also be responsible of our actions on such platforms and tools for learning and teaching. So for this standard, we have four things to consider. First is ensure access to skilled teachers. Leaders ensure all students learn from educators who are skilled in using technology to create authentic and engaging learning experiences. So, of course, education leaders must uh, hire teachers who have the skills in technology, especially in the 21st century, where um, all the students are very skilled and knowledgeable about this tool and very interested in this tool when it comes to learning. And of course, they must also make sure that the teachers use this effectively or efficiently and make sure that the learnings that they teach using the technology will also be applied in real life situations. Second is ensure access to meet student needs. Leaders ensure access to technology, connectivity, inclusive digital content, and the learning environments that meet the needs of all students. So, education leaders must consider um, the access for everyone, not just to most of the students. Because what's the sense of all this learning? What's the sense of all this teaching using the technology if the students are not going to receive it? Third is model inclusive, healthy use. Leaders model the use of technology in inclusive, healthy ways to solve problems and strengthen communities. As we say, lead by example. So, education leaders should be the one to lead the responsible use of technology. We are not the only one using this, so we must engage respectfully on what we see online or what we see using these tools, and we must prioritize quality online activities to maintain um, a healthy environment digitally. And as it says here, healthy ways to solve problems. Technology should solve problems and strengthen communities and not create more problems. To model safe, ethical, legal use. Leaders model the safe, ethical, and legal use of technology and the critical examination of digital content. When we say safe, it simply means that we should be cautious because there are harmful activities online, such as hacking, scams, and viruses. Next is ethical. We should respect others' privacy, identity, and even the use of artificial intelligence that is progressing nowadays. And of course, legally, there are laws abiding with um, copyright and fair use of contents and tools online. And lastly, the critical examination of digital content where leaders should be assessing the credibility, validity, and usefulness of information found online and in the media.
Now let's proceed to the 3.2 Visionary Planner. So the leaders engage others in establishing a vision, strategic plan, and ongoing evaluation cycle. for transforming learning with technology. So here says that the leaders in education work with others to create a clear vision and strategic plan for using technology to improve learning. They also set up processes to regularly assess and adjust this plan to ensure it remains effective. So here we have 3.2a develop sustained vision leaders. It includes a wide range of perspectives from the community to develop and sustain a vision for using technology to advance student learning and success. So here, the leaders involve a variety of people from the community, including the teachers, parents, and students, to create a vision for using technology in education. Also, they listen to different perspectives to ensure the plan meets the needs of everyone. This collaborative approach helps to develop a student to have a strong strategy that supports student learning and success. By keeping the vision alive, leaders can adapt and improve how technology is used in schools. Now we have here the 3.2b, build a strategic plan. So the leaders build on the shared vision by collaboratively creating a strategic plan that articulates how technology will be used to enhance learning. So here, the leaders take the shared vision for using technology in education and work together with others to create a strategic plan. This plan clearly outlines how technology will be used to improve students' learning. It includes specific goals and actions to achieve those goals. By collaborating, leaders ensure that everyone's ideas and needs are included. This helps create a focused approach to enhance the learning experiences for all students. So here we have the 3.2c, evaluate plan progress. Leaders evaluate progress on the strategic plan, make course corrections, measure impact, and scale effective approaches for using technology to transform learning. So here the leaders regularly review the progress of the strategic plan for using technology in education. They look at how well the goals are being met and identify any areas that need improvement. If certain strategies are not working as planned, they make necessary adjustments to enhance effectiveness. And the leaders also measure the impact of technology on student learning to understand what is working well. And also this evaluation helps them see which approaches are most successful. When they find effective methods, they expand these practices to reach more students. By continuously assessing and refining the plan, leaders ensure that technology is used in the best way. This ongoing process helps transform learning and improve outcomes for all students. So now we have the 3.2D, communicate with stakeholders. So the leaders communicate effectively with stakeholders to gather input on the plan, celebrate success, and engage in continuous improvement cycles. So here, the leaders make sure to communicate clearly with all stakeholders, including teachers, parents, and students. They gather feedback on the strategic plan to understand different perspectives and ideas. This input helps improve the plan and make it more effective. Also, the leaders also take the time to celebrate successes and share positive outcomes with everyone involved. Recognizing the achievements boosts morale and encourages continued support. They engage stakeholders in a cycle of continuous improvement where everyone can contribute to making things better. By keeping the lines of communication open, leaders foster collaboration and trust. This ongoing dialogue helps ensure that the plan remains relevant and effective for enhancing student learning. So we have here the 3.2e, share experience with peers. Leaders share lessons learned, best practices, challenges, and the impact of learning with technology with other education leaders who want to learn from this work. So the leaders actively share their experiences and insights with the other education leaders to promote collaboration. They discuss lessons learned from implementing technology in the classroom, highlighting both successes and challenges. By sharing best practices, they provide valuable strategies that others can adopt to enhance their own programs. Leaders also communicate the impact of the technology on student learning, showcasing real examples of improvement. This exchange of information helps create a supportive network amongst educators. It encourages others to learn from their experiences and avoid common pitfalls. By fostering this community of sharing, leaders contribute to the overall advancement of technology in education. Ultimately, this collaboration helps improve learning outcomes for students across different schools and districts.
So let's move on for our empowering leader. So this concept is all about a school leader, like a principal or a head of a department, who doesn't just tell teachers what to do. Instead, they create an environment where everyone feels confident and supported to use technology in smart and new ways. The goal is to make teaching and learning better. So let's move on for our 3.3a, Empower Educators. So leaders let teachers make their own decisions and try new things with technology. So a PE teacher wants to use fitness trackers. So the leader supports this and encourages them to share their findings with other teachers. So let's move on for 3.3b, a build educator competency. So leaders provide training and support so teachers feel confident using a technology. So here's the example. A day school provides training on using heart rate monitors so the PE teacher feels comfortable teaching students to use how to use the data and set goals. So next, 3.3c, inspire a culture of innovation. So it says leaders create an environment where teachers feel safe to experiment and collaborate. So here's the example is a leader encourages the PE teacher to team up with the robotics class to use drones to analyze students' running form. So let's move on for our 3.3d. Use tech to meet student learning needs. So leaders help the teachers use technology to support every student no matter their needs. So here's the example. A leader helps the PE teacher find and use adaptive gaming technology so a student with a physical disability can participate. So in the last for empowering leaders 3.3e, use analytics to view student progress. So leaders help teachers use technology to get real-time data on how students are doing. So here's one of the example. The leader supports the PE teacher in using a fitness app to track and visualize each student's progress in cardio and strength over the semester.
Hello guys, for our next topic is system designer. A system designer in education is a leader who design and manage the system and teams that use technology to improve learning. This role is all about building a robust framework so that technology can be a consistent tool for everyone involved in the learning process. Next topic is establish tech policies. This involves creating a clear rules and guidelines for how long technology is used in school or organization. These policies need to be fair and accessible to all students, ensuring technology is safe to use. Applying this in PE helps students. Example, a student leader will create a policy for using technology during class. They might establish a policy for using fitness trackers in conditioning unit. The policy will outline the trackers should only be used to collect data on heart rate or steps, and that the data will be used to help students understand their fitness level. The next topic is ensuring sufficient and scalable resources. This involves making sure there are enough tech resources like devices, softwares, and internet access to meet current needs. This means the system can grow and adapt to the future demands, like an increasing in students, or the instruction or I mean the introduction of new technology. It's not about now, but being prepared for what's next. In PE, this would ensure there are enough tables or laptops to record students' performance during a basketball unit. For example, coaches could use a video analysis app to record and review a student's shooting form. To make it scalable, the leader would plan to acquire more devices in the future to keep up with growing class size or to support the use of more advanced technology. Next topic is protect students' privacy and security. This is a critical responsibility. The leader must ensure that students' personal data is kept safe and secure. This involves training staff on how to handle data responsibility and implementing policies that protection against unauthorized access. It's about building trust and ensuring a safe digital environment. In PE, using an app to track student fitness data is compliant with privacy laws. They will train the coaching staff on how to use the app securely and to only share data with students and parents with proper consent. This protects sensitive information about students' health and performance. The next topic is establish strategic partnership. This means creating relationship with companies, sports team, or community groups. This partner can provide new resources, fundings, or real-world experience for students learning beyond their classroom. This partnership could use in PE. Partner with a local sports clinic or a professional sports team. This partnership could lead to physical therapists visiting the class to talk about injury prevention, or it could provide students with the opportunity to use advanced training technology like a VR, virtual reality system for simulated drills that the schools couldn't afford on its own. This gives students real world exposure and deeper understanding of the science behind the sports. Okay, my second topic is connected learner. A connected learner is a learner who sees learning as a continuous process, not a one time event. They actively seek out new knowledge and skills, especially regarding technology and teaching method. They also encourage their colleagues to do the same, creating a culture of consistent improvements and professional growth. Under the topic is stay current on innovation in learning. This is about staying up to date with the new ideas and tools. Learnings set goals to keep learning about new technologies like different apps or software, new teaching methods, and the latest research on how people learn. It's about making sure their knowledge is always fresh and relevant. In PE, using this by researching and trying new technologies for skill analysis. Example, for a gymnastic unit, they might learn about a new app to show students a perfect form in real time. They could also read up on latest research in motor learning, which explains the best way to teach new physical skills, like a volleyball serve. Next topic is practice in PLNS. So, what is PLNS? PLNS stands for Professional Learning Networks. This means actively connecting with others educators, both in person and online. By joining these networks, leader can share ideas, ask questions, and learn from the experience of their team. It's like having a team mentors and collaborators available wherever you need them. Example, in P Coach, could you join an online PLN of other basketball coaches. In this network, they could share their favorite drills for improving free throws or other skills. This discuss the best app for tracking player stats and get advice on how to use technology to motivate their team. They could also connect with coaches from other different parts of world to learn new strategies. The next topic is engage in reflective practice. This involves regular thinking about and your own teaching and leadership. Leaders use technology like a video recording of a lesson or digital journal to reflect on what worked and what didn't. This helps them identify areas for professional and growth and make plans to improve. A PE teacher could use a camera to record themselves teaching a soccer drill. After that class, they would watch the video to see how they explain the drill. Now, how they manage the students and if they were clear in their instruction. This reflection, supported by the video, helped them improve their communication and teaching style for the next class to improve their study. Next topic is navigate continuous improvement. This is about having the skills to lead and manage change. The leaders need to be able to guide their teams through new processes or technologies. They promote a mindset of continuous improvement where everyone is always looking for ways to use technology better to help students learn more effectively. Using this in PE department might introduce a new online platform for tracking student fitness goals. This requires them to guide their team through the change, showing them to use the new system and explaining its benefits. They would create a mindset of continuous improvement by regularly asking for feedbacks on the platform and looking for ways to improve how they use it to help students and set and achieve their fitness targets. Yun lang po. Thank you.